The Great British Car Share continues with a car that changed the world. In 1947, the first Landrover was made on a farm in Wales. And, you know, it won the war for us. A bit of poetic license there. But it's done some really important things. We're in a Series 2 Land Rover here, 1962. Amazing to think how long these things were built for. It's a car that I respect, admire, absolutely love, but it's a car I've always preferred to look at in a museum. I've driven Defenders, but they've always been modern Defenders that feel like old cars,
Yes.
and that
Yeah,
disconnect didn't really
Yeah.
work for me. I'm hoping that driving this proper Series 2, and it is a lovely example, quirky as they come, I'm hoping that will help change my mind. And the Stag did change my mind, so
It did, yeah, it did.
you like these, don't you? But yours might be a
I
bit
do
rose tinted.
like these. I would love to own a Landy Series 1, 2, 2A or 3, any that would be very welcome on my driveway. But I do think I've got rosy memories of being a teenager, working my weekends on a farm and being able to drive one of these around on the private land and just bombing about in it. Great memories.
In that context, I can totally get it.
Yeah. And now I've got in it and I think, oh, am I going to enjoy driving this? I actually don't think I am.
I think we could go like this.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think I'm a little bit bothered that I'm going to spoil that for myself, really. So I've always wanted to own one. And now I think I'm going to be completely turned off owning a Landy.
Well, I hope that we come out of this and I'm no longer of the opinion that an early Land Rover is best off in a museum. That's what I hope, because I really want to love these things as cars to drive, as well as pieces of history, and there's no doubting how amazing they are as pieces of history.
And I think for me also, you know, years ago they were a workhorse. They were a proper workhorse. And now they've kind of become a little bit of a status symbol in recent times.
But not a Series 2 or a
No,
Series
not
1.
a Series 2, but just the Land Rover name. It's
Yeah.
like, you know, especially the Defender.
Do you know, if you drop your kids off at school in a Series 2 like this, then you're far cooler than anybody that drops their kids off in a
Yeah, but
modern
you
Defender.
are if you live in a rural area. If you live in the middle of a city and you're dropping your kids off in a Series 2, it doesn't quite have the coolness, I don't think. It's more of a status symbol than it is a...
Yeah.
Is that wrong of me to say that?
No.
We're going to get some hate, aren't we? Shall we turn the comments off on this?
Let's turn the comments off and let's reserve judgment until we've actually fired this old lady up.
Yeah.
Because actually, I love it and I really hope that I love driving.
I know,
I think
me
we better
too.
go this way though, because it's not
I
the
think,
easiest thing to
yeah.
get. How would you get your sheep in this?
Unfortunately, I don't have any. So it's not really a problem that I'm going to have to overcome.
You're driving.
You can stop filming now.
I am looking forward to this because I've got a feeling that I'm going to get my mind changed and that a Land Rover does not belong in a museum.
Right, so do we know what we're doing with this?
Well, you're the only one of us that's actually driven a proper old Land Rover.
Do you think I can remember 37 years ago? I couldn't remember what I had for tea last night.
That's the starter. And you know what you're doing
What
with
does
that
that
pedal on
say?
the right. That says oil. I think that's just the... Is that out of gear?
It feels like it.
It does, doesn't it?
Well, we're soon going to find out if we
Yeah.
jolt forward over there. That's the starter.
Listen to that.
Yeah, sounds nice, doesn't it? Where's he gone?
Flip it.
Where have you gone? Surely I haven't frightened him that much. What are you doing?
Listen. Listen to this.
I can hear it.
No, listen. Come on,
Will you want me to get out
Yeah.
and listen?
That sounds way cooler.
Yeah, I've listened.
It's like that scene in Zoolander, isn't it? sounds amazing. I love it.
It sounds like I feel every morning.
Listen to it when I blip it. Listen to this.
Okay.
Listen to this.
Visually.
Am I right? Am I wrong?
Let's go, Paul.
Right. I do like that.
Yeah, it's very smoky.
Yeah. Okay. The verse is all the way here. There. It's like riding a bike.
I can't even see. Oh, when I take this off, I can't even take it off. Oh, oh, oh!
Look, we promised you adventures.
I don't think it likes me. One more time.
One more time. Then it's my go. That's what I say to the kids when they're playing on the computer. One more go.
One more go, and then it's
And
my
even
turn.
if you crash, it's still someone else's turn. More gas, more gas.
I can't give it any more gas. I'm basically giving it all of the gas.
I'm being all gentlemanly and waiting for you.
Oh, you are a gentleman, Paul.
I know.
You are a lovely,
Right, so let's
lovely,
go.
lovely gentleman.
Which one did you push? This one.
Oh, yes! Go on, go on, go on, keep it, go on, go on. It just doesn't want it, does it? Come on, come on!
Told you I'm not gloating.
You gonna switch my leg?
So.
Oh, oh, oh!
She's still alive. She's still alive.
It's still running, it's still running.
Right.
How are you enjoying this so far?
Well, I was right for once. How many times have I stalled and not managed to get a car started?
Oh,
Remember the Austins?
Oh, yeah.
I basically cleansed the demons from the Austin series that we did, I think.
You look like you're struggling to drive it, to be fair. And I think if you're struggling to drive it, I'm really not going to do very well.
History in the Great British Car Share actually points to that being the opposite way around.
Behind the cones.
Oh.
Name me something that has stood the test of time better than the good old Landrover. I bet you can't. Even the original Mini, which is arguably the only other car to rival the Landrover in the Icon Stakes, couldn't put a shift in to match it. Inspiration for the first Landrover in 1948 came from the Willis Jeep, which of course had been such an instrumental vehicle during the war. Rover's chief designer was a clever chap called Maurice Wilkes, and he thought a utility vehicle that was just as rugged but designed for agricultural use would be a good idea.
75 years on, I think we can safely say he was right. And do you know the coolest thing of all? The first Land Rover prototype had the steering wheel in the centre, like a McLaren F1.
Should we see if I can drive it without stalling it?
Yeah, I think you'll be fine. I think it was a bit flooded and it was a bit temperamental.
Oh, stop!
Richard's left us a note.
Ah, right, okay, let's have a little look.
So, Richard Usher from the Great British Car Journey, the man who had the vision to put this together, and what a vision that was, because Honestly, I know we're having fun here, but it's bustling today, and everyone in there, I said to you earlier, I love nothing more than coming here and seeing people who I wouldn't normally expect. I wouldn't walk down the street and think that person's into cars. And they're
Absolutely.
engrossed.
Yes.
And that lady earlier who I thought was staring at us,
Yeah.
and I said, are you okay? And she went, oh, I'm sorry, I'm just lost in my own little world. I love that.
That's what it's all about.
I mean, I
isn't
ruined
it?
that for her.
You did.
I came crashing into that world, but that's
Got
right.
right back into.
Yeah. So
into
anyway,
reality.
Richard Usher from the Great British Car Journey has been giving us his favourite fact about the cars that we've been driving on this series. And this one, the Land Rover Series 2, he says the lights behind the grille are very good when you're ploughing through a forest.
Okay.
Because on the Series 2, the lights are further back. Obviously, you've got the front wings and the lights are protected, I suppose.
Yeah, they are.
So, here's the thing. Spin her around. You have to use the steering wheel.
Okay.
Is this the stare and drive thing?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm a little bit concerned. You see that?
No, it's good. It's good.
That's concerned that
Are we good? I'll put that on quite hard.
you did.
Go, 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 go.
Yeah, but you see, look.
Go, go, go. You're okay. More gas, more gas. Let's go. Round in the set, that way, that way. Hard right, not that hard, not that hard.
It's sending me on a magical mystery tour, Paul.
Right. Okay, it's quite rolly, isn't it? Right. We're gonna go over here. No, this way. Right. Left. Right. Okay. Stop. Oh.
You're gonna need to tell me to stop.
No, you.
I'm trying to.
Right. Okay. Right. Slow down. That's it. You see? We've demonstrated it. It's an adventure. Look, you see? The design of the Series 2 Land Rover, Richard was right, it's designed to protect the headlights. Yeah? You're impressed, I can tell.
Can we keep going? Like faster?
I feel like we've learned something about the Land Rover now.
Oh, I haven't learned how to buy reverse. Ops.
Always time to learn something.
Every day's a school day. For me, the steering wheel's a bit big. Feel a bit.
Yeah. It's just a really fun piece of equipment, isn't it? Do I think of it as a car?
Oh gosh, no, it's not, is it?
But it's not a truck either, is it?
No. You know, and they came under many different guises, didn't they?
Well, it evolved, didn't it? As
yeah.
the world evolved, the Land
Yeah.
Rover evolved with it. And you've got to hand it to Jaguar Land Rover because look at what they've done with the Defender since. And
Yeah.
look at it now. It's supercar money. You know, this utilitarian farm vehicle that became a military hero has since become something that commands the sort of money that, you know, not so long ago would buy you a new Ferrari.
I know what I'd rather have. And it in red.
So back to our original brief, which was to find or explore 4 cars which are the most, or some of the most searched for popular classic cars in the
Yes,
UK.
what people are looking for.
Why would somebody, Sarah, with your professional hat on, why would somebody be searching for a Land Rover? Is it investment value? Is it because they want the experience and one life live it, let's go green laning, or is it something else?
Yeah, of recent years, Land Rover values did increase. They have plateaued, definitely.
Yeah.
So everybody kind of jumped on the bandwagon, but that was because it became a bit of a, am I allowed to say it, like a bit of a yuppie car?
Yeah.
It was a bit of a status symbol. People wanted them, you know, 2.4 kids
Yeah.
in the city. They wanted one of these to sit on the drive and look cool. And values did increase. So yeah, and I do think it is just that romantic idea of what people think a land is. You know, it's just like they can just jump in it on a Sunday and go anywhere in it.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay if you do live in the middle of nowhere, but you know, there's probably better car choices if you're a city dweller and you want to jump in it on a Sunday to take the kids out. It wouldn't be my first choice. But I live in the country, and I could see, you know, having a mooch about in this, going up to Dolby Forest, going up some of the little tracks off the main roads, off Forest Drive.
My mum has a saying, and I've always been a bit of a perfectionist, and at times it's difficult being a perfectionist, you know, because you want everything to be right, especially if you're into classic cars, because
Yeah.
it's never perfect. And my mum has always said to me, it doesn't have to be perfect to be right.
Of course not.
And that's what I love about these. When you restore one of these, it doesn't matter if you've got a few brush strokes in it. It doesn't matter if, you know, you've put a few rivets in the wrong direction.
Exactly.
They're a bit of an art form as well,
Yeah.
and everyone's different.
Yeah.
Everyone's unusual and unique. And my mum's saying comes to life for me in one of these. I would actually love to restore one of these and have fun building it.
And you see them now, beautifully restored, don't they? And they
Well, this
do-
one, look at this one that
and-
you can
and-
drive with Drive Dad's car.
and they command high prices, so yeah, if you've always fancied driving one,
And you know I hadn't. I said to you, I would much rather have, before driving this, I'd much rather have left it in the museum,
yes,
admired it, taken lots of photos of it because it's a beautiful thing, but I would never have chosen to drive one.
yeah,
That was a real experience,
Yeah.
and I loved it. I know we were a bit silly, but I loved it.
yeah, I love it.
It's not a driver's car, don't get me wrong. I mean, I wouldn't love it on a country lane.
No, it would definitely have to sit in a collection of other cars. It couldn't be your only car.
Unless you had a sheep to rescue from a
Unless you
fence on a hill.
had a rambling farm
Yes.
with, yeah, lots of land to drive about and
Yeah. So, we started this video thinking that we might upset the world's Landrover population, didn't we, to be fair? And it's a big population, and there's a lot of following for these
Yeah.
cars. I respected this car, I didn't love it. I now respect it and I love it, because I would want it out of the museum as well as in it.
yeah.
That's really surprised me.
I'm glad my memory hasn't been tainted. I'm glad it's taken me back 30 odd years.
But, ladies and gentlemen, driving a Series 2 Land Rover isn't like riding a bike, as it turns out.
It isn't, because I definitely couldn't get that started. It's definitely got a knack, hasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well done, Paul.
Thank you for helping me discover my love for Land Rovers.
Oh, you're very welcome.
I'm going to choke to death in here.